We are coming back online. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're getting everything back up and running here. We did a hard reset of the computer. Sorry about that, guys, but it was the only way I could get this bullshit to fucking work. Lightseeker, if you're here, let me know you're here. James, let me know you're here. Kuma, let me know you're back here again. Demi, hello, I see you here. Just kind of because I just restarted, and I don't know if you stayed in chat or not, or if it kicked you out or whatever the heck it did. I see chat now, and I see my bot now, so I can do readings the way I normally do them. Yay! As soon as I adjust the size of these things, and my monitor is back and working correctly, everything's working better now. I must have had to do a hard reset after the optimization I did. I probably cleared too many cookies or something. Oops. My bad. You know what? I don't need it. All right. I need that. I don't need the other thing. Okay, let's go. I don't need that either. Don't need that window open either. Okay, and all right. You've been a VIP longer than that, D. You were practically a VIP when you first started. That was like 3 months ago, wasn't it almost now? Didn't we meet like in February or something like that? Or was my brain crap? Hey, all I want you guys to do right now is give me and let me know you're back in here because I want to go in order. So as soon as I see everyone's back in here, I will begin doing readings. So Lightseeker, please let me know you're here. You're first up in the reading room. Then we have James. Then we have Kuma. D, if you want to get in the list, hop in the list. It's up to you. I only have coffee this morning, so it's hot in here. I might have to open that door whether I want to or not. Yeah. Like I said, I was pretty sure it was in February. And I think well, I was wrong. So, okay, we got James back. James is here. D is here. We're trying to give Lightseeker and Kuma a B here. But you did give me the VIP after. Oh, okay. I'll see. That old man brain, you know? Let's have a cigarette break. Just so we're giving everyone a chance to get in here. And James, here's what I'll do for you, James. James, this is your first time here, so let me describe how it works here. Since you're here, I'll do your reading right now. I'll move Lightseeker down one person, and since you're here right now, I will do a reading for you right now if that's what you're ready for, okay? So I'm going to tell you how it works doing my readings. I ask you to choose some numbers here. I ask you to choose a number 1 through 10. I shuffle the deck that many times. That's a specific reason I picked 10, but 10 times. During that shuffle, a card may fall out of the deck onto the table, like so. These are what we call God cards. They are the most powerful messages you will receive from me. I'll get to that after the general reading that I will give you. Then I'm going to ask you to pick a second number. So only two numbers, 1 through 10, and the second number is 1 through 52. You just pick a number that feels the best answer you could possibly seek. Think about what you want to know. If you would like to know a specific question, make it as simple as possible so I can understand it. If you just want a general, and I'll tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know, I will move you and shake you into places you need to be. So if you're ready for that, let me know, James, and we'll get you started. So, like it says in the screen there, pick your shuffle number, pick your answers number. James, are you here? D, you seem to be the only one here. Oh, okay, got you. Now, before I do any reading for anybody, I do a cleansing shuffle. So I'm going to cleanse these cards off and get them ready for you so they will be ready for you and your reading. So this is just a general me shuffling the deck until the cards tell me that they're ready for you. These shuffles don't count when I say it's your official shuffles. Okay, so here we go with your 3 official shuffles, James. 1, 2, And 3. Oh, we don't get to scare you today. Okay, no God cards, so you don't have to worry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and the 16th card is now on top. So these are the 15th cards. And you want to know what your next task is going forward. And my cards are not a normal tarot deck. They are a very unique deck that I made. So you will not see your standard crosses and stuff like that here, or the normal sticks and swords or stones and stuff like that won't be in these cards. But they're the most telling cards that I've ever had in my life. So, James, from what I'm feeling you in this next task that you're seeking, you're ready for this new gift that they're about to give you. The receiving card, and you've been ready for this for a while. You've been ready for this next task for a while. And you want to know why it's been kind of stalling a little bit and why you don't seem to be able to get that feet up off the ground about it. Okay, sorry about that, Late Seeker. I only moved you down one, so I didn't know you were here, so I'm sorry about that. I just moved you down one. So if you want to hop back in the queue, I can move you back to second place. Other than that, it wasn't a thought. You just weren't here, and I tried to make sure give you some time to get here. So, but okay. Well, hey, you know what? It's up to you, Light Seeker. I'll see you when I see you then, and you'll be back when you're up here. Okay, no worries. So, James, the thing about the gifts you're about to receive are, it's Christmas morning and you're about to open every gift under the tree. Not every gift under that tree will be something that you actually want to get. There will be trials and tribulations along the way. You may not consider them a gift at the time, but they will be the things that move you and shake you the most. And then there will be those big surprises that fulfill a lot of what you want. You have to be ready for either or. You have to be ready for the difficult gift they give you or the wonderful gift they give you. And that's what they're waiting for, is just you to realize now you accept that responsibility, that whatever gift you open, to appreciate that gift, even if it's the ugly sweater you got from Grandma, you still wear it every Christmas because you love Grandma. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? You do get those toys underneath the tree that really didn't mean all that much to you. So you take back the Tonka truck, you take back the other things, and then you go buy what you actually want, right? Well, all the universe wants to know from you is, what is it you want from us? We need you to communicate what you need in a physical way, what you need to communicate in a mental way, what you need to communicate in a spiritual way. And you need to start to take care of these things in your life and learn how to communicate between those body, mind, and soul portions of our lives, the physical, mental, and spiritual. If you're a female, PMS will be your best friend in the future. If you're a male, PMS will be your best in the future. Okay, but the divine card is all about communication. And they're asking you to give us a clear understanding of what you expect your journey to be like. And give us the details of what you would like us to send you, so that we can send you to the right places. So make sure you communicate very effectively with what you want. Yeah, you're about to get what you need. You're going to fill that need first. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to fill that need up before they fill up the wants. See, wants are like cake. You want cake. Everyone wants cake. I love cake. Hell, look at me. I'm a big-ass man. Of course I love cake. All right? But I eat now in moderation because I overdid it when I was a younger boy. And even though I tried to lose weight, not all my fault, and you deserve everything you are supposed to get, but you need things in your life to fill you up that will actually heal those wounds. Yes, you do. I know. But that's why the universe is asking you to remind you that these gifts that they're giving you, all of these doubts, all of these, I don't think I deserve this thing. Do you realize that's what you're supposed to be getting past and beyond? And stop saying I don't deserve it and start saying, yes, the fuck I do deserve it. It's about time I got my happy. It's about time I got my peace. It's about time I got all of my dreams and goals and wishes. You know what the universe wants to hear from you? All those negative thoughts and thinkings and all of those things that go in your head that are all the mundane, crazy crap that we all think about every day. They want you to throw it into the garbage and pretend it doesn't exist. Then they want you to get ready to fill that hole you just made with the stuff you actually want. You're walking what I call the hard path. It's time to get determined. It's time to have a reason to get to the end of the goal, no matter what gets in your way. No obstacle, no hill, no tree, no anything will ever get in your way ever again. You will go so hard on this, you will accomplish what you want. So whatever you say to the universe that you want, they're expecting you to do some of the work here too. You can't expect them to come with a silver plate and give you every last thing you asked for. There are going to be some things on that plate you might not like the taste of. But you know what you're getting for the first time ever in your life? Today, James, for the first time in your life, you are finally free of all of those burdens because you realized you've been putting yourself in a cage for a long ass time. The nice, comfortable, safe, warm, I like my life the way it is, comfortable cage. And don't say you weren't doing some self-hating, self-arguing, some negativity in that life. But you dropped that shit off. You moved on and you said, I'm ready to have a better life now. We cut to now. I realized that the place I've been staying in isn't exactly in the best shape. It doesn't look like it's safe anymore. And it's time to exit the cage. But it's your choice because guess who has a key in their pocket that could have opened the door anytime they wanted to get out of this shit? That would be you, James. Coming to the door, knock, 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 knock. Coming to the door, knock, knock, knock. All right, but you're letting yourself out of your own damn cage. And then you're turning around and you're saying, you know what? I never, ever want to be that ever again. I'm going to tell you a story after this that I think will bring you some much needed hope. But that's what I said to myself. I will never, ever do this shit to myself ever again. I will never hate myself. I will never talk bad about myself. I will find forgiveness. I will find salvation. I will find the power of God. I will find the power of prophecy. But to be a person who brings salvation, you must first give yourself that forgiveness that your deity asks you to give, to take from him. Even if it's Jesus, you have to give up your sin to him. You have to give up your sin with your whole heart. You have to allow yourself that repentance time to repent for what you have done. Now that you've brought that redemption back into this world. And I'm getting there. But when Jesus re-rose from the grave, he wasn't a human being anymore. He was God personified. He became the elevated God. Because God made himself human, he became Jesus Christ. And that's why we believe in Jesus Christ as the God, Lord, and Savior. That makes him both, all three aspects of Father, Son, and Holy Ghost at the same time. You know what I'm saying? For the last 2 months. Yeah, that's the cage we got out of, okay? We got out of the cage saying, hey, we want to turn lives around. First, I have to free myself from the cage I put myself in. Lock the damn door. Throw the key into the center of that fucker. And walk happily to the embracing of your freedom of choice for the first time in your life. I want to tell you my story now. I was in the most depressive, anxiety-filled life. I've tried to kill myself 7 times. I have tried and been committed 6 times. I have been, for all intensive purposes, dead 3 times. And you know what woke me up from the dark, deep depression of worry, of anxiety, of all of that stuff? It wasn't an archangel. It wasn't God who came to me. You know who came to me? I did. Myself. And there was a moment in my life where it took a cat to teach me what it meant to be happy. A cat. Okay? I don't know if you have your preference of cat or dog. I don't care. But you know what? She taught me. She used to sit right up here, right where this is right here, on her little, cat tree thingy, and she would lay in the top of that and soak up the sun. One day she put her belly up that she never done before, and all she did was give me this pet me look, in her eyes. It was a literal please, 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 please pet me, right? And I don't know what made me do it, but I thought that was cute, so I went, squish the kitty, squish it, squish it, squish it. And she would wiggle around all over the place, being the happiest cat she's ever been. You want to talk perfect love? You want to talk perfect trust? Animals do it. They trust implicitly in you. Just like you need to trust your deity of power completely. Love them completely, unconditionally. Trust them, love completely, unconditionally. And they will do the same for you. That self-love that we need to do, that's what we need to do now. That's what your next task is. To be ready for whatever is coming your way. To be ready for whatever the gift they give you is. To use that gift to communicate clearly with you, the universe, and the gods. I know those are three separate things, guys, okay? Whether you want to believe it or not. But you have to communicate. One physical good thing you can do for yourself. One mental good thing you can do good for yourself. One spiritual thing you can do good for yourself. But you have to start to be determined about and understand that you know what you want. Now you have to go get it. You have to do some of this work. You have to climb over whatever they're going to send you so that you can learn the lessons you need to learn to become the kind of person that you see in your future. And what I see for you in your future is a mechanical kind of a thingy. So I don't know if you like to deal with cars or you would like to deal with gears. And I'm seeing a lot of gears and almost like watchmaking, a lot of really technical kind of work there. It's either like a medical lab or something like that. I don't know if this is what you're interested in right now. It's kind of like that kind of a creative circuitry kind of a thingy. I don't know if that's something that you are currently seeking right now. Yeah, you love machines, And what I'm feeling from what's coming for you next is part of what those skills that you want to have, that love of machines will come into play, but it won't be necessarily, it won't be the easiest job, but it will be the most impactful job because it will make you strive to want to do it better next time. Every time you go and maybe tinker with something, and maybe you're about to invent something that you've been waiting to invent for a while. Maybe it's time to gather the materials and start to see if we can actually build this thing. I mean, you've been thinking about it for a while. You have an idea of how to build it. You know how you can do all of that stuff. I wouldn't know how to do that, but you would. And you could get it to where you want it to be. All you have to do is start to believe in that dream. You ask the universe for what you want. They ask you to give up all of that anxiety, that fear, that depression. Yeah, basically, yeah, it's just like the Philosopher's Stone, And basically, that's what you're going towards. But you're about to have your King Arthur moment too, okay? You're about to have your King Arthur moment. When you draw that sword from that rock, that Philosopher's Stone, and you gather and take Excalibur out of the fucking tree, the rock of life. Oh. Well, okay. If you're going to make it, then that's awesome. I want one. Please put me on the list right now. I'll take it one right now. But whatever you are wanting to make or create, I think what I'm feeling more than anything is this need to create something. And it's not through my body like a sun or something like that. An actual physical creation. Like I created a book. Like I wrote books. My physical books, Physical book I created. physical book I had printed for me, but still had it printed the way I wanted it printed. You know, the things that I created to show that I was here. Yeah. And that, you know, that takes alchemy, and that takes a little bit of shamanic work. It takes a lot of divine work as well. And as long as you're willing to walk in through that door, you know, walk through that door of energy, because it's like you're standing right on the bridge, but you haven't crossed through the door, the last door you need to go through. Your magnum opus, well, I'm just saying, hey, it will be your best, the best thing you've ever done, you know, for at least for yourself. I don't know if it will catch on or anything like that in the future, but I'm seeing that kind of a thing coming for you. It's just they're waiting for you to finish up a little bit of self-care work here, and then they're going to start to guide you to how to do this. You know, things are going to start to appear in your life one after the other. You just got to definitively tell the universe what you want and look for the signs they're sending you. You know? So that is what I got for you today, James. I hope that reading served you well. As I like to say, the future is always in your own hands. No matter what I've told you here today, you have the right and responsibility to go live the life you want to live. So go live it by saying, today will be my best day ever. And I say that to all of my beautiful stars out there. Kuma, you are next. Kuma, to the reading room. Kuma, to the reading room. There goes my tobacco and my plate. Might as well open my door while I'm at it. It's too hot in here. And I can't have my computer already. Exactly. Because today was the day you decided that you were going to tell the universe what that was going to do for you. And it was going to listen for a change. Why would this be your worst day ever? Of course it's your best day ever. Ugh. Thank you very much for coming here today, and I appreciate you stepping up to the plate and getting a reading today. Welcome to my stream, my beautiful star. Welcome, James, to the reading room. Hopefully I will see you again soon. Kuma, are you here? Kuma to the reading room. Kuma to the reading room. We will be starting your 3-minute timer soon. As I like to say, I call you out, and then I give you a 3-minute timer. So, Alexa, 3 minutes timer. Start now. And so you have 3 minutes to respond, and then it's your turn, Light Seeker. So you will be next in line. If Kuma doesn't speak up, if she doesn't speak up, I'll probably put her to the bottom of the list. Give her one more chance. I try to give you at least 2 chances. So, I mean, all the stuff like the Cash App code and the PayPal code up there, that's so if you want to give me a tip, you can. But these are free readings for a reason. Because then I don't feel like I owe you anything. I tell you the unbridled truth, and I don't have a filter on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any reason to tell you what you want to hear today. So if I do get a donation, I get one. And I've been very thankful for those in the past. When I do get them, especially when it gets to the end of the month, it's very hard for me and my wife. We spend most of our money in the first couple weeks of the month because that's when we get all of our money. So we've got to pay bills, and those bills aren't exactly, you know, low. And then we've got to buy other things we really want and need. You know, it may sound like an extra to you, but we buy a lot of cannabis because we both go through a lot of chronic pain. And you don't know how good that feels to not feel pain when you live with it every single day of every hour. And trust me, it ain't no fucking picnic. My wife is going through a fibromyalgia flare right now. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing I can do for her. I don't have money to buy weed. I don't have money to do anything. It would take at least $100 for my weed guy to come out here in the first place. And Kuma, you now have 1 minute and 20 seconds. And I'm trying to make it so that all of you can, you know, if you guys want, you can click on the link telling you, like, for private readings, there's a link that'll pop up. If you guys like the music I'm playing in the background sometimes, the song list that I created is through an app called Suno, and it is an AI generated program, but I write most of, not all the lyrics, and then I let the the system, and I tell it what kind of style and everything I want it to be in, and it tries to create the best version of that song. Now, some of them worked out brilliantly, and some of them were like bullshit. I can't stand it. I have to delete it. But the ones that are on my list are the ones that I really, really like, and the ones that I've created. So most of the lyrics that are written there, I'd say 75% of them are all mine. There's like a 25% for bridge or chorus or something that I want to throw in there at the last minute, and it helps me do that. Kuma, you now have 30 seconds to respond. 30 seconds. 20, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lightseeker, it's your turn. Alexa, cancel my timer. Lightseeker, throw me your numbers and your question. Whenever you're ready, sweetie. I know you're here. I just saw you say something. Here, numbers, question. You know how it works. Starting my cleansing shuffle for you. Oh, the cleansing shuffle. I need to do a deep clean for you today. I just got the... Oh, damn, I really need to hear something here. Feeling. Like that, you know, that take my breath away feeling. What do we mean by any new love? Do we mean any new romantic love? Any new friendship love? Any new self-love? What kind of love are we seeking, Lightseeker? Because I want you to define that a little bit better for me, just so you understand what you're asking. So, okay, any new romantic love coming your way? Okay, that helps, because then I can, when I shuffle the cards and let them speak to me here, I kind of ask them when the answers are ready for you. Okay, I guess that's it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. God cards. 4. 1, 2. And the last and final shuffle. 5. And the second card is 1. Any new love. Romantically. So, this is how you get to that new romantic love. And what you need to do in order to finally get the thing you are looking for. Okay? So, Lightseeker, in this romantic love. Okay? So, you're traveling tonight for a break and work, hopefully. Okay? But, so I see that you are ready for real, true romantic love. We've talked about this. You are getting to that point where you're feeling confident about who you are and what you're doing in your journey and how you're living your life and how you're reasserting this new persona that you have made for yourself, how you're reinventing who you are as a person, but being really true to yourself. The Grand Elder is about the ultimate pinnacle in my deck. It is the last Arcana card in my deck, except for I think one more after that. That's Larimar's Door, but it's the last tree in my deck. That means you've grown through all of the hardships. You've grown through all of the weather that could be thrown at you. This is you after years and years and years, thousands of years of growing. And now that you are ready to, and you are healed and all of that stuff, so they're saying you're ready for this. We know you're ready. The Great Oak card is saying, now I have to say to myself, I am worthy of the kind of love I want to give myself. Right, Lightseeker? So definitively, they're asking you to be very clear about what you want in a partner, what you want that other person to match, because the Grand Elder card is about knowing yourself and knowing what you want and knowing what you need and knowing the difference between the two and knowing that there are certain wants, maybe those are going to happen, but you need those other things to come into play. And that's why you're getting the Feed card as your last card. And that's the last thing. Because the last thing you need to feed yourself, the last morsel on the plate, is called self-love. And you know what happens after you take a bite of this self-love, beautiful thing you need? This little appetizer that you don't think is going to fill you up. That you think that, yeah, well, I'm not talking about narcissism, okay? I'm talking about healthy love of self. I'm talking about the kind of person who walks into a room and everyone looks at them because they are confident, because they believe in who they are, because they know that no one can take away anything that they have made themselves to become. It's a definitive power that they walk into. The universe is coming to you with a plate of wonderful appetizers, and they're saying, which one do you want to eat now? Which one will fulfill the need that you're actually seeking? You know, what is it that will actually fill you up inside? So what are those things that you are seeking in a partner that will actually help fill you up inside? That supportive person. Remember, you can't force anyone to love you. They've got to choose to love you. Everyone chooses each other to love each other. Whether it's a piece of paper or not, you still make a physical choice. And knowing yourself and knowing what you want and being declarative to the universe, what that is what they're asking. So they can they can go to the back room and they can get your order ready and serve it to you. You're still going to have to eat it in order. You know what I'm saying? So love is coming, and love is definitely on the way. You know? But you're still putting out the defense mechanisms. Okay? You want to know why no one wants to get close to you right now? We're putting out the damn defense mechanisms. We think we're trying to keep ourselves safe from the hurt. But you know what real true love comes with? Actual hurt. That you're going to have to learn to love even through the worst of it, even through the crap of it, when things are horrible and bad and aren't working. How you hold on to one another will be the definitive thing that changes your life in a partnership. But you can't keep putting up these goddamn boundaries that keep you from the thing you want the goddamn most. And that's what's stopping you from real romantic love. That's the thing you're trying to protect yourself from. This is you protecting yourself from that hurt. This card right here is you protecting yourself from the hurt. But there's a growing tree under there that wants to grow. There's a beautiful, wonderful oak tree, willow tree, whatever your favorite tree is. Hell, if it's your favorite kind of flower, whatever you want it to be. But underneath there, underneath that exterior, is you growing. Whether you're stopped and locked in place, you're not locked in place. You have the right to build that sunshine and take it in and then allow it to melt you. You have to warm yourself up because winter ends. And winter has finally ended for you, Light Seeker. So take down the barriers. Maybe look outside of your normal window that you're looking in for a partner right now, and maybe be a little bit more open-minded about what your partner will look like, act like, all that kind of stuff. But definitively, they want you to know these two things. Your God cards come to tell you what you need to hear. Here's what you need to know from them. And these are the two things that you have to let go of. You still have to let go of. You can't be afraid of your future success. I know that sounds fucked up, but we are all afraid that we will get everything we ever asked for, and then when we are just happy enough, it gets yanked out from underneath us. But we can't be feeling guilty about all the things we think we've done wrong up to this point. We have to let go of the guilt of the past and the future and be present in the moment. Extinguish the last flame you have lit for anybody else other than a one true romantic love who will be everything you've ever wanted in a person. They won't have absolutely 100% guaranteed a matching, but they will be the super closest thing you've ever been to real, true, super romantic love. And they're coming, but they're waiting for you to put out that last fire you still have lit. And they're waiting for you to finish this last work in order to hear your song. It's like we put up sound barriers and we forgot to take down the barrier. Oh, now I can hear you. You're calling me now. Now I hear you. I'm coming. I'm coming. Honey, I have to open the door so I can hear you better. Okay? So put out your fire and don't be afraid of your past and don't be afraid of your future. Live in the present. And that's what they're telling you to do. That's how you will get your true romantic love. And what I'm seeing is if you do all of these steps within 1 month, you will start to see more people show up in your life who will be appropriate for what you want as a partner. 1 month at least. It's going to take at least a month for you to finish what you need to do. And you're going to do it, right? You got this, right? Because you are the light seeker. Who brings the light? Who brings the love? Who's ready to get the light in return? Who's ready to dance in the ether with their partner for all of time? Who's ready? Can I hear a light seeker say, I'm ready? Can I hear a light seeker say, I'm ready? Can we hear a light seeker is ready? You already know my true love ritual. I think I've told you that. If you haven't, you've probably heard me say it to somebody somewhere along the lines. But I do have a 100% guaranteed ritual that will get you your one true love in a year. But you have to do everything I tell you exactly. And now say the words, I am worthy of it. Now I need you to say the words, I am worthy of it. I am worthy of the kind of love I see in my head. The kind of love I want to feel in my head. The spirit that I'm calling out. My heart song sings to the one true love of my life. They will hear it with implicit clarity. I sang a song to my wife under a yew tree when she was on her deathbed in the hospital trying to swallow about enough pills that should have made her extremely dead. She was not supposed to survive. And she heard my song in death's door and said, oops, I have a chance to go be happy. I can go back and I can live the rest of my life and end it in a happy way. And she said, I have to find that person singing that song. And you know what? She told me this after we were dating a while. And I never told her about the dream or the destiny, although I did tell her about what she had in her destiny in the future. And I didn't see myself there at first, but hell, she came back from death. She heard the song I sang. She knew the words to the song. She began to sing right along with me the words that I sang. And it was something like this. And you'll always be my one true love. I'm not going to sing the entire song for you, but you get the point, right? And I sang that under that yew tree with that spell that I had made that day. And I was holding that key for dear life. And I was singing like I was saving the woman of my dreams' life. And she said I did. Because when she heard my voice, when she heard me sing for the first time, she knew it was me that she was trying to listen for. And don't tell me that fate and destiny didn't play a hand in that. Because I created my own goddamn destiny, didn't I? Because I told the universe exactly what I wanted. Because the universe finally said, you do deserve this. And that's where we have to get you, Light Seeker. That's where we have to get you. That you do deserve this. Your karmic debt has been paid in full. Your spiritual bar is way on the high level. There's no more things you owe anybody in the damn ether. The only thing you owe anybody is the love of yourself and the love of your life. And it's about damn time you got it. You are a beautiful woman, Light Seeker, right? I know you're a woman. You have to be. Or if I'm wrong about that, I'm going to stop streaming right now. Am I wrong? I need to know your feminine tendencies or something like that. But I'm guessing I always guess on this when I see something like Light Seeker. I can't exactly guess your sex, but and sometimes I have old man brain and forget. But the point of the story was that I believed. That I believed so hard that it was actually a life-saving moment for me. For her. It was a life-saving moment. Because if she had died at that point, I believe I would have died under that yew tree the same moment. I would have died under that yew tree at the same moment she died and left and crossed the other realm. I truly believe that to this day. Yeah, but I like I said, it's this feminine-like energy, and I have that too. So what you need to seek is one with male attributes. You know, a woman who can be the other side of the coin you need to balance, you know. But you know what you want and need. I'm not going to sit here telling you what you know you need, you want, you know. But okay, so I was wrong about the sex. I should stop streaming now because I was wrong. You want me to stop? Okay. EP Boy's in chat, so I'm going to wait till this ad break is over, and then we'll do EP Boy's reading. So I'm going to take a smoky break while I wait. I am a proud member of the LGBTQ community. I'm a proud member of the pagan community. I'm a proud card-carrying, beautiful believer in Jesus, despite I am a witch and a priest and a goddamn fucking power to be reckoned with. I have changed my fate. I have traveled through time. I know you might not believe me, but it happened. Shit went down, huh? Yeah, okay. What did I say about that? Do we remember what we had to do? Do we? Do we, bye-bye? Well, if you don't remember, let's get to it and let's put some spin on it. What do you want to know about it? Oh, God. You're already talking to me. Lightseeker, more than anything, you have to remind yourself that this is a journey, not a race to the end. Yeah, you know, and I know that's a toxic place to be, but maybe it's time to go out on your own here. Maybe it's not time for living with someone anymore. Maybe it's time to live on our own. Jesus Christ. I hate people like that with a passion. I absolutely hate people deciding for person what gender they need to be in their head. Oh, how am I? Did I never thought of that? Oh wait, I can afford to. You can't afford to, right? I'm sorry. Homeless is an option. And trust me, it's not that bad. I was almost homeless for 6 months once. I lived on the street during summer for 6 months because my mom kicked me out of the house when I was 18 years old to teach me a lesson. Because when I was 16, I got a big mouth in my head and I told her exactly what I would do when I turned 18. And she told me that day when I told her all of that, that the second I turned 18, she would kick me out of the house and make me deal with the world for a couple of months. I learned really fast what this world was about. Okay, EP boy? So don't tell me you don't have a choice here. You do have choices. You do have choices. You might not like those choices, but you definitely have choices. And in your area, we'll get to there, EP boy, but there is something in your area who has an LGBT kind of grinded community that you need to get a part of. The kind who loves them very much. She did it in a very loving way. It wasn't like, get out of my house, okay? It was, remember when you were 16 and you told me all of this stuff, blah, 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 blah? Oh, it's illegal there? What? Same-sex marriage is illegal there. Okay, well, America, Britain, a lot of places. Yeah, but like I said, it depends of out there. And I lived in shelters, and I lived in mostly shelters most of the time. Every once in a while, I slept on the street when it was a nice day out. I slept in a tent. I ate out of the garbage cans. I went and worked at the back rooms for a couple dishes for something to really eat. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry that you have to deal with that bullshit. You know what I'd say? Get your visa and get over here to America. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like New Bean said, there's a network called the Rainbow. Thank you for reminding me. The Rainbow Railroad. It's just like the railroad for that. I know. I'm just telling you what I went through. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm just saying it's an option. I'm not saying that's what you should do. I'm just pointing out you do have options. Maybe if you put it to them, to put it like that to the person that you want to move in. There's a friend or something near you. I don't even know if I need the cards for this, honestly, because I'm really feeling connected to what you're asking right now. So if you want cards, I'll give you cards, but I can give you the answers right now without cards. So, I think you would handle it okay as long as it wasn't until like a an early fall kind of a deal. I think you'd learn a lot about yourself doing it. I don't think you would be homeless for long. I think you would find a shelter or a group of people who would be able to help you in that. Even if it's underground, there is places to get you help. In Europe, in a lot of places. So you're telling me there is not a single person on this earth you get along with at all? There's not a single person on this planet who hasn't been there for you beside your family? Don't tell me you haven't had one friend. Then go ask your fucking sister. Is she tolerant? Is she tolerant? Would she let you stay there for a summer till you found a place to live? Okay, so she's 17, but at least she's a support. Is she supportive of you? Is she your best friend, sister? Or is she just the tag along you don't like? I have a tag along too. And I don't always like my brother either. But, okay, so that's not an option. She's not old enough to welcome you into a place. Okay, then, I get that. Well, then, let's try to see if we can get the cards to tell us where we need to look. So you can find a place to move out that you will be able to afford to move into. Do you need a job first? Do you need employment first? And welcome to the Q Miss Divine Reaper. Thank you very much for joining. I'm in the middle of a reading. I'm kind of doing a psychic reading at this moment, not necessarily a card reading, but because you had to understand what it meant to get everything you didn't want so you could finally realize what you actually want in a relationship. You're going through this because you need to learn this about yourself. You're 20 years old. You're 20 years old. You're literally half a I'm half your age older. I'm about 50 right now, okay? And let me tell you from experience, my friend, that you have got this shit. You have got it. But you got to stop taking what the world gives you and start giving it to the world. You can't stop being the hurt butt person who takes everything the world throws at it as it's against me. It's not against you. It's real life. It's choice. It's the free will we all asked to have here. The free will to say yes, the free will to say no, the free will to say for a while, right? So you're ready for love. But have you finished the self-love stuff you need to do first? Are you accepting yourself for who you are? Free will is a fucking joke. Okay. So you don't believe you have free will? Well, then your destiny is already sealed, isn't it? What's coming for you is coming. You don't have to worry about anything. You have nothing left to worry about. God has already made his plan to make it possible for what you want to have happen in your life. So if you've already got that predestined journey, I have a predestined journey too, as well. You know, we all have a destiny, we all have a fate, but we all still get choices in that. Okay? I'm gonna prove my point right now. That free will is not a joke. Take my coffee. Come on, take my coffee. Come on, take it through the stream. Become a god, take my cup. I think it is. Hey, but I'm a believer in free will, and I understand why you don't believe in free will. But then let's talk about what you're destined for and what God has planned for you. You have to remind yourself that if it's a deity of power that you believe in, that they have a plan for you. You have to start to believe in that plan and trust in him that he's guiding you the right way. That the choice has been made. That maybe this is the choice. Maybe this is the life God wants you to live for whatever their reasons are. And you had to live this specific life for this specific reason because God has a plan for you. That's what we all get told, right? And you know what? It's okay to believe that, James, because you know what? We all have differing points and views in this world. And I can't say that I'm right. You know, I can't say, yeah, but if you don't have free will over that, then why aren't we asking our Maker for help to get out of that cycle? What is it we need to do for ourselves that our Maker is asking us to do? If you're a Christian, you ask for forgiveness. You seek redemption. You seek rebirth and reborn. Okay? If you're a pagan, you do the same things a different way. Everybody has their rebirthing way of coming back into this world. So if good and evil aren't a choice, and you only have one of these choices, if good was the only choice you had, I would agree with you on this. But we have good and evil choices here. So that means we get to choose between the balance. The only person who does that is us. I can't make you do anything, can I? I couldn't make you take my coffee, even though I was pushing it through the screen. Because my free will wasn't really serious about it, first of all. And second of all, I don't have the power to transform things through a screen, but, you know. But, you know what? I understand. I understand what you're going through. Do you want a reading, though, on what you may need to know about in the future here? Why don't we get to doing that real quick, if that's what you want. But, hey, you got to start having some hope. And that's what the love of light is supposed to show us. How to endure, how to overcome, how to get past, how to make it through. The God only puts you through that which you can handle, that which you are ready to overcome, overdo. If that is a part of his plan, then that's what you have to believe in. Right, but hope can only get you so far. You have to see light at the end of the tunnel. You have to touch grass a little bit. You know, touch grass and go, okay, world, here I am. I've done the work. I've been hopeful for 4 years. I'm asking you to send me the biggest boost and spiritual love you can. I need it within a month. Please, I am willing to give up my doubt, my fear, my anxiety, all of my sin, all of that which I have been holding back. I will give it to you in exchange for that in return. And that's what God wants from you. It's knowing you got to that limit and saying to yourself, no, we need to talk here. And New Beans is here to talk with you. I'm here to talk with you. We are a judgment-free zone. No matter what you believe, we are a judgment-free zone. Pedophiles, murderers, and those kind of people are excluded from that. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? But even though I don't agree with those lifestyles, unfortunately, they had a big impact in my life. I'm the person I am because someone abused me, you know, and I hate that part of my life. But if that was my destiny to go through that, then that's what I had to go through to become this person, didn't I? So everything that's ever happened to you was a part of God's plan. You have to trust in the plan. Every last thing that's ever happened to you, EP boy, was a part of God's plan. Find comfort in that. That you were guided, that you're still alive, that He guided you through all of those things to get to where you are today. That you are standing still in the light and love that you want, that you're still a compassionate, kind person, that you still have hope in your heart, that you are trying to strive to put right. Now, I know he's a cruel bastard. No one ever said it was a loving God, at least not a creation God that I know of. But my God, my Lord and ladies, they are not cruel bastards, okay? They accept you for who you are, no strings attached. Unconditional love, unconditional trust. That's all they do. They want you to live a life as closely to that as possible without harming anyone as much as you can. But they know that you're going to eat, that you're going to harm in this world. You know, even if you eat plants, you're harming a plant. You're harming something just by being alive. You're breathing in 100 billion disease things in your body, and your body's killing them all before it can get to you. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of different things that are in this universe, you know. So start asking Him for the love that you need. And say, hey, cruel bastard, can you please tell me what you need me to do to get the kind of love I deserve? Please guide me in my thoughts, in the way I act, in the signs or things I pay attention to. He's there to love. He doesn't. He's not. He loves you, but he's not exactly God of the year. Okay, there are more than one God in heaven. At least in my respect, there are. There are a couple of different deities. Everybody who believes in one God or the other, as long as it's a major religion or a major powerful force, that world gets created up there. So if you're a Christian, you go to Christian heaven. If you're a pagan, you go to pagan heaven. If you're a Jew, you go to Jewish heaven. If you're a Muslim, you go to Muslim heaven. Okay? But it's all the same place to the gods. We just have to divide it into little sections so we can handle it. You know what I'm saying? So that you will find self-love, so that you will start to understand how beautiful you are, so that you will fight for that divinity inside of yourself, so that you will overcome these obstacles and learn how to get past them. That when you look back in a year from today, like I said, I've given you my Want You Love spell, EP boy. Have I done that yet? If I've done that for you and told you those steps already, then you need to do it, and you need to be patient that it will come to you. But that's a spell. That's asking the universe to send you what you want, but you have to be ready for that thing, because if that thing shows up on your doorstep and you're not ready for it, by telling yourself that you're full of more love than they are. That your heart is full of more love than their hearts are. That their God said, that their God, Jesus, didn't care if you were a prostitute, a leper, the lowest creature on this earth. He loved you. He didn't say, I don't love you because, I don't love you because. God said, here are the rules. Try to live closely to them as possible. But, you know, And if it's all planned for you anyway, then all you got to do is sit back, relax, and wait for it to happen. Because you know it's coming. Because you got to understand you're going through this for a reason. You might not understand the reason, but you're going through it because you need to go through it. And until you can definitively stand up and say no more, until you can definitively say I'm going to be happy despite everything happening to me, despite all of the shit I've been through, I'm going to show myself how much of a fucking survivor I am. I'm going to show myself how much of a fucking fighter I am, because I overcame abuse. I overcame suicide. I overcame depression. I overcame anxiety. I overcame worry. I overcame my self-important, ego-driven, maniacal, completely off the rails mind. And you know how I did it? Because I gave it all to God. I gave it all to God. Last thing, everything, all things. I was done. What did I try to kill myself for? There were a couple of different reasons I did that. So what haven't you learned yet? What is it you haven't learned that your maker needs you to learn? What is the one common theme in your life? What is the one common theme in your life? Can you tell me that? Because I believe in free will, but that's me. I'm trying to be respectful of your beliefs here, okay? So I really am. I hope I'm doing a good job with that. New Beans, I hope you don't mind me taking a little bit of time with this conversation. And Miss Divine Reaper, I appreciate you being patient with me as well. But this is important stuff, because this is what we do here. We help people. So about what area do you live in that is you are unable to get what you need? I mean, you don't have to give me an exact address. You can say, okay, I'm in the Great Britain-ish area. I'm in the Saudi Arabia area. What are your restrictions? I honestly don't know. So, I see some stuff in my head, but I don't know what it means, if it's your own fear or if it's something else. Yeah, that's what I want to know. What country is this? Because it feels like it's got to be either one of the Islamic or something like that. Rituals, GE. I don't know that initial. GE. Greater England? Greater England? I'm not sorry. I wish I knew what that... Georgia. You're in Georgia? You're in the United States? You're in Georgia? Fuck, move to Florida. Same-sex marriages are allowed in Florida. One step away. Move one step up. It's same-sex marriage is legal everywhere in the United States. Oh, Georgia? No. Other Georgia. Okay. Give me a second. Oh, Georgia. The country, not Georgia. I just don't know how to read. Okay, so... And I honestly don't know much about their culture and their beliefs, so I can't say I understand completely. But I'm going to do you a small favor, and I'm going to look this up real quick and give it a small read. Because that's how I find out more information about people's where they're at. That's how I learn. I try to look things up when I don't understand them. Oh, it looks like a beautiful place to visit. I might know part of the story already. I am a little bit of a history buff sometimes with certain things. When it comes to religion and faith and stuff like that, I've read a lot on that, so trying to see if this was in any of the books that I know. Those is historical. Like I said, are we talking socialist? Are we talking okay, I will. Give me a second. I'm going to do that real quick. New beans after this, I promise your reading is coming up next here. We're going to do one more thing just for me to have some clarity here, guys. One more thing just for me to have some clarity here, guys. So give me a second. Because like I say, no. Okay. I already got an Echo Dot. I don't need another one. Why is the BBC opening? Looks like Swedish kind of an area. Oh, okay, here's a map. This lets me know more than anything. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, now I kind of understand where you're at and why that's kind of hard for you. I understand why you're having so much trouble. Yeah, that is really the one of the worst areas you can be in, other than South Korea or Russia. You know what I'm saying? That's fair. That's fair, EP boy. Um, you know, I think we could work together to find some resources for you if you wanted to get out and escape. We could help you with that when you're ready for that. Um, there might even be a bunch of us who come together and just give you a travel visa, you know? But yeah, that's why I was like, okay, yeah, Soviet country with about 84% being Orthodox Christian, and that's like, that's like toxic hell for an LGBTQ member to live in. Most of those people are in closets, you know. But Russia is supposed to be a democracy. I need a green card. I'd be a paid wife. There you go, EP boy. I've got someone who's offering their services to you. They will be your wife as long as you pay them. You can move to America and live a happy life here. How about it? Cards on the table. We have an offer. Yeah, I got that. And I hope you realize I was joking. Now, in all seriousness, is there a part of a reading you need today? Because I think we've helped you a lot right now, and I want to at least get to new beans and divines for a reading today, because I've been spending a lot of time on this. But I want you to know we're here for you, okay? You need to talk to me online. Get on my Discord, DM me, send me a whisper that you need to talk, email me, bat signal, signal flare, flashlight. Hi, I'm here. I need your help. Please don't leave me alone. But the point is that you do have choice. Not where you're at this moment, but you do have choice. And where you're at is a very difficult place to live right now. You know? Okay, so let me give you a quick reading, real quick. Okay, so why don't I put you back, hop back in line, and when you come back, we'll give you that reading, okay? Is that fair? So I can at least get to Newbeans, who's been waiting a little bit here. And then Miss Divine Reaper, if you're still here, please let me know you guys are still here. I know Newbeans you're here because I see you typing, but I haven't seen anything from Miss Divine Reaper yet. Unless Newbeans doesn't care and they're willing to wait a little bit longer for their reading, because that's the other choice. Newbeans, I leave it up to you. Don't be sorry. That's what we're here to do. I just want to make sure that before I leave you, we've tried to do the best job that we can get. I'd okay, yeah, I'd RC. I'm sorry, I'm old and I don't know all the acronyms. So IDRC, I don't know yet. Making coffee to wake myself up. Okay, good. Go make coffee. I'm going to do New Beans reading here. I'm going to get the cards cleared for you either way. So no matter what the question is today, New Beans, I really don't care. Ah, okay. Sorry. Oh, I should have got that. I really don't care. Usually I get the acronyms. Usually I do. Because I grew up in the 80s. Acronym hell was all that. You know, Night 3000, blah, blah, blah. Everything had a fucking abbreviation to it. Everything was like code for something. Because we were scared of the Russians. That whole situation is going to resolve really quickly soon. Because we're about done with it. Trying to push your buttons. Did you see what they did with Kim Jong-un? Give me your numbers, New Beans. You know, that's why this is a judgment-free zone, and that's why we take the time. He doesn't really care how long it takes. So if you want, we're still here for you. Miss Divine, okay, let's do that. Let's do a reading for New Beans here. And you want to know what? General reading? Do you have a question today? What do we know? Want to know? Oh, maybe you said and I didn't read. Nope. Okay. Do you have questions? Queries? Quandaries? Questions? Ooh, they tell me to stop right now. Okay. All right. What's in store for you and S and I? Here comes your official 6 shuffles. 1, 2, 3. Too many. Whenever we get a big amount of cards like that, we have to reshuffle. 3, 4, 5. There we go. I knew you were getting them. And the last but not least, 6. Oh, there was the last one come out. You have a 3 God card message today, New Beans. All right, and here we go with your 30th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And I just thought of something I can do for you too. My beautiful, beautiful friend. EP Boy, I have a streamer I would like to send you to one of these days when they're on. But I'll tell you about that later if you want to know. Okay, here we go, though, with your reading for today. Okay. We have some stuff to talk about here. About you and S and I right now, right? A lot of heavy emotions right now, by the way. So, what's in store for you and S and I? First of all, you got to stop putting on so many expectations. Because the expectation train is starting to get a little bit heavy. And you got to kind of take a step back and realize how much pressure you're putting on your partner right now. That you're trying to make something happen that they're not exactly ready for. I know that you're beautiful and I know all of that stuff. Not a problem there. It's not about inner beauty between you two. It's not about communication between you two. It's about understanding how we do this together, how we share it, and learning how to not take our own baggage into the room with us. We have to decide what we want this to be. You and your partner, S and I, whoever's S, whoever's I. have to sit down and you have to talk about what you actually want this relationship to be. What are the rules? Hey, my wife and I, we had rules. There's big ears, big mouth, big eyes, and that's when we need to talk with our mouths, listen with our ears, look and see what they're trying to show us, you know? And, you know, it's learning to do those things that actively learn and talk about the trauma and talk about the hurt and talk about why you're feeling the way you're feeling. So your partner understands why you feel that way. If you're a male or a female, I don't care. It's time to share what you want this to exist as. Together, both of you have part of the puzzle. It's those little jagged edges to those little jagged edges, they fit together. Like the Deadpool thing said, your crazy curvy lines match my crazy curvy lines, okay? But there's beauty in chaos sometimes. And it's just asking you to take some time to really get to know what you guys want and what you guys expect of yourselves. Don't put the pressure on it. Just allow it to happen. Let it come into existence. Because tending to this relationship is the most important thing you can do right now. And I know you're saying to yourself, but I tend to my partner. But how often do we tend to self? And how long do we do that for ourselves? And really take that time we need away so that we can be ready for that other half. You know, the tending is all about understanding that your fire's not completely out of control here. It looks like a chaotic fire, but all you have to do is move a couple rocks and sticks around to make it focus a little bit more to that point. As a fire tender of 10 years, I can attest to it. I've had to deal with fires like that. And you know how you deal with the fires that are burning inside of both of you right now? You both got to step up to the plate and you both got to say, what is it aren't we taking care of? What is it we aren't giving to one another? What is it we are not allowing them to give to us? You know, sometimes you have to say, I'm not taking your bullshit today, honey. I'm sorry, you're wrong. You know, here's why you're wrong. And I love you, but someone's being a little bit of an idiot, or she's being a little bit of an idiot today, and the brain isn't working on all four cylinders or something. But it's more of the understanding that what's coming for you is to allow yourself this freedom that you have. Not allowing the sins of a past that may have happened come into effect in your life, and not being afraid of getting exactly what you want in the end with S on or I. I don't know if you're S or you're I, but with whoever the other partner is, right? And it means letting go of the past and letting go of that baggage, letting go of the guilt of that. But we also have something where we're afraid of our own future sometimes. I got everything I want right now in my life. If God came along and swept my legs out from underneath me and I went back to no wife, no life, everything like that, can't say which way I'd go. But I'm so afraid of losing that I was creating a destiny because that's what God thought I wanted it to be. Okay, well, like I said, initials aside. So what do we need to work on as a couple? We need to work on that bubble we walk around in, that aura we walk around in. When I come up to you, look you dead in the eyes, and I show you how much I love you. When I express with words how I love you. Physical, mental, and spiritual. And we don't think there's a spiritual connection, but there is, because that soul is a spirit. You know? And it's okay. Yes, I do completely free readings. Get your ass in here. Exclamation point join. Everything is a donation here. If you donate, you're fine. Other than that, I don't care. I don't need it. I'm here to help people, not to earn a living at this shit. I am a retired man. I get Social Security. My bills are almost paid. I'm not in any danger of being kicked out or nothing like that. So I've got all the money that I need. I do this because I am bored most of the time here at home. And why not use my gifts to help people? But, you know, the sleek card is all about understanding what harm is coming your way and wrapping yourself around in that love together as one. And knowing that you can walk in that bubble forever. Me and my wife, we have something we call magical freedom. It's a power stronger than us. It's a power stronger than anything we know, because she is a woman of magic. I am a man of freedom. And when we combine those two forces together, it is the most powerful fucking force, stronger than love, stronger than destiny, stronger than time, stronger than God. It is written into the ether, our love for one another. But if you don't think we had to work at it, if you didn't think we had to get through our own bullshit, if you didn't think we didn't have to every day come in and talk to one another, if you didn't think there were moments we almost didn't think it wouldn't work out, you're going to be dead wrong, because love is not a train full of happy accidents. Love is a non-stop, complete shit show sometimes, and that's when you have to love your partner even more. And that fight or flight instinct you have, whichever one you give into is the one that you will have in the end. If you give up on it, that's what you'll get. If you fight for it, you'll probably get what you want. If you're stuck in the middle of those two decisions, find a way that you can walk down both of those fucking roads. But you and your partner have to start to walk around in this couple bubble, that nothing can touch your love. And that's what's coming for you, is that understanding of that power behind it. Once you have that power, there's no one and nothing that will ever take it away from you ever again. Except you two saying, I don't want it to be anymore. That's about the only thing that can do it. So that's what's coming for you right now. There are new beings on the love, between both of you. It's figuring the shit out. It's literally you talking to your partner. This is what I expect. Here's what I want us to be, but I want your opinion on it too. Here's how we fix that as a couple. We put my part in, your put in, and then we both tend to the fire so that it stays focused on what we need, us. I'm not going to be afraid of my past and let my past mistakes guide me anymore, or my future mistakes guide me anymore. I'm going to be present and I'm going to be there. I'm going to walk around in this bubble of pure love, of pure light, and I'm going to love that person every single moment of every single day for every single reason, even when I hate it the most. Especially when I hate it the most. And I got God cards for you, so let's get to it. 3 God cards for new beings. Let's see what the gods have to tell you about it, all of these questions. Yep. Should go. Cheers. So, as you can see, new beings, extinguish the past flames you have kept lit. This is you getting rid of all of that anxiety, all of that baggage, all of that stuff that keeps you from your happy. Putting out that fire once and for all, so that doubt is no longer in your mind. All you're going to believe in is the power and the purity of the flame you have in front of you. Step up to the plate of the universe, because go to your temple of this is my church. You want to know what my church looks like? That's my original first church. My room's right behind me. That's my church now, but when I began, this was my first church in the wilderness. And when I stepped into this place, I claimed my power. You did that though, right? You claimed your power. You told the universe what you wanted. Did you step up to the plate and start walking the walk and doing the do like you were supposed to? Well, this is why you're getting a 2x4 then. And that's why the questions are coming, because they're getting ready to go smack you in the head so you do get it next time. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got the Witch's Tower kit. It's warning you the 2x4 is heading your way. Or the baseball bat analogy, whichever one you want. Full tilt kitty, I ain't holding back. Knock you in the head, down on your ass. And you think you've been through the shit before. Well, I'm just saying that maybe they're seeing that you're doing that, And they're saying keep doing that because that's what you need to keep doing. It's just completely walking the walk, talking the talk, and doing the do of saying what you want your relationship to be. You have to put up your part of the bargain too. So does your partner. And last but not least, this is the best card I think I could have gotten for you because it's the ancient card. And it means to trust yourself. To trust that ancient knowledge that you've had from birth, from before birth. We all sign a contract when we come down to earth, knowing what we're going to expect here, but still having choices. Whether you believe it's free will or not, that's up to you, but I believe in free will, so, and I'm not saying you have to believe in my way of thinking. I hope your way serves you well, and if you're right, I will completely admit it in the afterlife. But it's about trusting that ancient knowledge, the wisdom that you've gained over the years, the lessons that you've learned along the way. Everything you've gone through up to this point has been showing you exactly how to get what you want. But you have to start to trust that feeling inside and stop questioning and doubting it every single time. Wishing on a star. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. We know the rhyme here? Okay. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. If you find love in your heart, your dreams will come true. I screwed up the words, but you got the point, okay? But wishing on a star is like a prayer to God. As long as you believe in that, as long as you give that hope, that credence, as long as you give it power, as long as you give it divinity, whatever you're wishing for, whatever that wish is. But then you got to remind yourself, what did you wish for? And are you getting exactly what you need right now to become that person and become that relationship? You know? All right. I got people to read for, things to do. Miss Divine Reaper, it has been a long time, first time chatter. Welcome into chat. Thank you for your patience today. And thank you very much for understanding we take time with everybody here and we make sure that everyone gets the help that they need, no matter who it is. So thank you for being very, very, very patient with me. So, you know, and that's what we do here. We don't always do readings. Sometimes we just try to help someone for a while. I think you're on. I don't think you're on the right track. I know you're on the right track. You're more than on the right track. You and that person have it mostly figured out. It's like filing the last bit of paperwork before you hand in the assignment and get graded on the universe. You know what I'm saying? So the only one who's grading you is you and that other person you share a life with. That's the only person judging you here. I'm not judging you. I don't think anyone in my chat is judging you. And we could care less what kind of frickin' crap you're going. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And once we've done it, we can move forward. I know you will move forward because you're going to do everything in your power to communicate clearly with your partner and make them understand this isn't against them. This isn't to hurt them. This is just so I can communicate with you so you understand what's going on in my fucking head. When we do that, we give all the information, all of our worries. If you're a man, a woman tells you what's going on with them and they explain it in a way that doesn't sound condescending to you, you know, you are more aptly accepting of that thing. Same thing goes for women. When you're more aggressive about it, you know, kind of a deal. Yeah. Exactly. The judgment has to stop. How we value each other has to start. The judgment has to end. And the value has to start. And I use something like that to start your conversation out. The judgment has to end, but we have to value each other from this point forward. Has to be something you say today. Okay? That's my only tip for you. I send you to your free will, And I hope you make the best possible choice for you and your partner, because I know that communication will be the best thing that has ever happened. You might cry about it after. You might want to go out to the scream room and scream. You might hug him passionately and kiss him passionately like you've never kissed and hugged him passionately before, like you just fell in love all over again. Kind of feeling? I do it every day. I wake up to the woman of my dreams every day. I am not afraid of telling my wife or anybody in my life how much I love them. Ever. Even if they don't want that love, I still say, okay, I still love you enough to say, I give you peace. Miss Divine Reaper, let me cleanse these cards off. Some good and bad there for you. Whenever you're ready, throw me your numbers and your question. Just to remind you, I ask you to pick numbers here. It says it right on the screen. I'm going to ask you to pick a shuffle amount, 1 through 10, and then an answer amount, 1 through 52. Cards that fall out of the deck are God cards. And I don't know why it doesn't say that on the bottom, but it doesn't. Of the shuffle are God cards. Yeah. Well, we knew that. You knew that. It means you knew this was coming up. Because if you don't do it now, it might never happen. Miss Divine Reaper, if you understand the rules and you're ready to rock and roll, please give me your question and your numbers. I am about to start your 3-minute timer starting now. 3-minute timer on the clock. Alexa, 3-minute timer.
3 minutes. Starting now.
You have 3 minutes to respond. We always give people a chance, especially new people who have... Okay, here we go. Cancel timer. Alexa, cancel timer. Alexa, cancel timer. So 4 is your shuffle amount. What is your answer amount? 1 through 52. And if you want a question, please put it in chat so I can understand it. If you just want a general reading, say general. Whatever you're ready for, Miss Divine. And hey, TC, I saw you pop in there and say hi. I'm sorry I was in the thick of it when you popped in, if you're still around. I hope you're doing good today. She's a very gifted reader here on Twitch. So, I like your numbers. All right, question or general? I'm going to start to do your cleansing shuffle and make sure the cards are right for you. My cards always know when they're ready for you. They always let me know in the most obvious way possible. Yep. Yep. Okie dokie. Ready for you? Okay, let's find out. Here are your 4 official shuffles. 1. God card. 2. 3. 4. 1 God card for you, my friend. And you have a 20th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and the 20th card is... Should we leave C for good? And here's your answer for today. First time in my channel, this is going to be what I call a spiritual butt kick. Spiritual butt kicks may be a little bit hard for people to handle sometimes, so I want to warn you, there's a little bit of tough love, but I try to do it in the most convenient way possible. So buckle up, Buttercup, you're about to go on a ride. So C, huh? I have to fix the hat. You know when I have to fix the hat, it's serious. Everybody knows when I fix the hat, it's serious. I'm getting to work here. Wipe the sweat out of my eyes. Hoofty. So, Miss Divine. Yeah. Haven't we been seeing something in C? start to build up in him. Like he's starting to build something, right? You see him trying to work on some stuff, right? And you see him trying to repair some of the damage done here. He's trying to take a lot of different ingredients and turn it into something that's beneficial in the future, right? So just like when you make a well-crafted elixir of life like beer, we're going to use that analogy for this here. You have to add in the sugars that are the sweetest parts of our lives, the catalyst, which are the problems and troubles, the yeast of it all. We have the basics of who we are as people. Those are like hops and barley. And the spices we add in are the things that happen to us in life and we choose to do with our lives, right? But we choose the way we want our lives to taste. And unfortunately, he's thrown all of his junk into one pile, and now he's got to let it sit there and actually fermentate to turn into something. So he's trying to wait to see if this becomes something. If he was there, he would be there. I want to say it again. If he wanted to be there, he would be there. Or she would be there. Come on in. Here comes my one, true love. There's a smoke on the table. My cane fell behind the door, so I'm sorry about that. But the fermentation card is about allowing something to come to fruition, allowing something to take time, because he's got to filter the crap out in order for you to drink it, and he's in the filtering phase. And I think you're about fed up with his filtering. You have to start to think about, is this the soup I want to live in my life? You've emptied your cup, and you're asking if you want some of this elixir of life from this person, if you want to drink deep of them, if you want to drink and be so lost within them that you don't know where you end and they begin. And you have to start to tell them, this is going to take time. We have to prepare the right ingredients. And I'm not ready yet. I want to make sure that when we go into this, at least we've got our own shit taken care of as much as possible, so that when we bring kids into this world, we don't give them the shit of our parents gave to us. Right? But we have to start to decide, like when you're making a soup, do you add the soft vegetables first? If you do, you're an idiot, because your vegetable will be mush by the time you get done with your soup. You got to put the heartiest things in first. You know? If you want a good, well-crafted soup, you need to soak the bones of that animal and get the juices and the marrow from all of that out. And then you got to put the meat and potatoes and the hard vegetables in there. And you got to let that burrow for a while. And then you add your seasonings in. And then at the tail end, you add the softer vegetables that aren't going to take so much time to cook. And then you have to let it simmer for a while. Well, you've been letting him stir your cauldron and adding ingredients in you're not necessarily wanting right now. Well, that means you have to get out of the pot and start stirring it for yourself, doesn't it? And stop letting him add the ingredients. Maybe you were one of those ingredients he put in the pot. And now you're being stirred around and he thinks he can make you into something he wants. I know, but there has to be a point where you say either you stop pressuring me or I'm sorry, I can't continue with this anymore. Does this deserve to decay and die? Is it about time you got what you really wanted from somebody? Someone who's going to take the time they need to not pressure you, to give you space, to honor you in a way that you've never been honored before? You can expect that of your partner. You don't have to let go of the relationship you're in to do this. You have to let go of the crap that has to be gone. The anxiety of it all, the depression of it all, the hardened stress that he gives you. You have to let it roll off of your shoulders into that nice little compost pile where it will decay and do its job. It will turn into life-giving nutrient dirt someday, but that's gonna take time. Decay takes time. Do we see how many times we have the word, it's gonna take some time? You know this, because you know this is what you want. If he's not giving you what you want, Is there still love there? If there's still love there, then you can work through it and understand each other better. But you know what you need to do? Guess what card they got, honey, for their destiny card?
I'm sorry.
The reason why, okay, give me a second. We have an ad break, and I want to take a break to make sure that Miss Divine Reaper hears this. So we're going to take a 1-minute ad break here while I take a smoky break. So we're taking an ad break.
Is there any coffee? I'll take it. Thank you.
So we're just going to wait till our ad starts in about 26 seconds here, and I didn't want to go through this all. This last card's important, and I want to make sure you hear it all. So we're taking a break, and 15 seconds, guys. So I'm going to go take a quick, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm just waiting for the ad to end, and I'll be right back in as soon as the ad starts. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ads incoming, ads incoming. Buy that turbo or that subscription today. Okay, are we back? Did I read that wrong? Oh, nope. I can't believe it's you. That dreams to be the pieces of you. What if I sung like that to you? You'd still answer.
I probably would have said, is there a bug near me? Singing.
2, 1, and Miss Divine, I was waiting for the commercial break to end so that I could give you the answer of this last card. So I want to make sure you're still here in chat and you're back from ads and all of that, because I tried to make sure if there are ads incoming on a new person, I want to wait. So the reason you got my Whale's Joy card, I'm going to wait to see you're here. So just, I'm here. Works for me. Okay, so the Whale's Joy card. My wife can be an extremely stubborn person sometimes. I'm giving you a little bit of credit here because you've worked on it. Okay? But she didn't always do this. She used to navigate the oceans as if it were something she had to always swim around every issue and problem. She didn't want to face a lot of the problems and issues that were facing her a lot of the time. So she would swim around the issue or not go anywhere at all. But she's a big ass fucking beautiful whale. A blue, wonderful, humpback whale. And she had to understand her own power. That all she had to do to find the happiness with her one true love, which happened to be me. Okay, lucky me, right? Was to let go of that burden and accept that the new love that was coming her way would fill the spot of all the bad that would leave her. But she had to learn how to swim through the obstacles rather than swim around. But not just swim around them, come up and breach the surface floor and come up for that breath of fresh air in our lungs. That breath of life. That breath that says, hey, I don't want to hear it. I have to own myself here. Hear me this time. I'm not ready to have a family yet. Please hear me in that. Give me some time here first. Let's fix us first before we bring kids into it. Right? And my wife had to learn how to come up for that breath of air, but not just any kind of breath of air, a joyful breath of air. A breath of saying, I am happy to have the opportunity to be here with the person I want to be here with. And she learned how to do that so well now. She's practically an expert. Still stubborn as hell, but you know what? I don't mind so much anymore. Ooh, you okay? Oh, that hurt. So, in all respects, what these cards are basically telling you is that there's a lot of things that need to take some time here with him, with you, with both of you together as one, and what you need to do as a person in the relationship. Come up for that air and say, hey, you're drowning me here. I can't breathe. I need to come up for that air so that I can maybe think about these things in a more positive way. Give them a little too. Hey, can you give me at least a year to finish our crap first before we think of kids or family or whatever? And then you're going to have troubles conceiving for a while because the universe isn't going to want you to do it until you're ready for it. You know? Should you leave C for good? I think if you're not willing to put in the work, yeah. If you're willing to finally put the work in, both of you, and I'm not saying it's a one-way street here, it's both of you have to do it. If you're not willing to do the work, then it's going to not work. And maybe it's the best thing you move on and find someone who can be more patient with you. But you have a God card, and since it is your first time here, I have to give you my official first-time chatter warning. God cards are the most extremely powerful messages I receive from the other plane of existence. They are not an answer from me. They are a direct answer from your higher power to you, trying to answer a question that you've been having recently. No matter what that question is, they came to answer it in the most definitive way about what you need to do today. And I believe they came to give you the answer you are looking for. So this card will tell you your answer definitively. Should you move on? It's time to tend to yourself. It's time to tend to yourself. It's time. It's finally time to own that self. Isn't it? Isn't it time to finally tend back to the person you need to tend to right now, which is you? Focusing on the fires that are important to you. Maybe you need to learn to do that again. Just remember what you're giving up to get that. All I ask you to do is remind yourself what you're giving up to get that. You could be giving up on the greatest thing that ever happened to you. No one said you had to leave this person to do self-care. You know? Fuck you. But here is your answer in definitive terms. Tending. Tending to yourself. I don't think I could have said it any better. Well, and now you want to drink coffee on top of that? You're going to have real bad cramps in a minute. Why don't you go get some milk instead? Oh, well, give yourself a second to adjust first. You don't have to do it right now. Jeez. My one true love's sitting right over there. And she can tell you, it has not been an easy road for us. We had to learn how to communicate. We had to learn to talk to one another. We had to learn to actually see each other and appreciate each other. Those first couple of years, that's what it was about, building that stuff and honoring each other and sharing our journey, not expecting something from her. She could never give me children. She came to me without a uterus. Okay, she could never give me kids. I knew that when I started dating her. And that was something I really wanted when I was being a man, you know? I really wanted to have kids. I said to myself, she was worth not having kids for. Yeah, and I think that's exactly why you need to talk with them. And you need to put it in a definitive way, you know? And that's what I'm saying is you either he understands that and he says, you know what? If that's the way it's going to be, if you're not going to hear me when I'm telling you, I don't want to have kids with you. I'm sorry. If that's the way you believe, if you're going to pressure me like that, then I don't want to have children with you because you're not ready. You're not ready. No one's ever ready for kids. I don't care how prepared you are for kids. You will never, ever be prepared. There is no book. You know what the book is? As you write it. As you write the book, you are making the rules for you, your family, and everybody. Stop hating yourself and start self-loving yourself enough to say, this guy might not be the guy who makes every dream come true. I don't know if you're married to him yet or you're just in a relationship with him yet. But why does he want kids so bad anyway? Find out the source of the reason behind that. Maybe that helps open a window there. You know what I'm saying? Immoral. Sorry. Immoral. Reno, can I just call you Reno for this reading? Reno, if you're here, Reno, if you're here, I believe you're a first-time chatter too. So I hope that helped you today. I hope that gave you some much needed things to think about, because I always ask you to go back and honestly think about how it will affect your life and what choices and decisions will affect you the most. And I ask you that anything that didn't resonate with you, you just give it a nice little think about it. And if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. But if it did resonate for you, please do what is best for you and your partner as much as you can. But if this is the reason you have to be goodbye, then this is the reason you have to say goodbye. I don't know if he's ever going to be there for you the way you want him to be there for you. You know, got to chip off that ego a little bit first. You know what I'm saying? And I think his big ego kicking moment is coming soon. It might be you. You might be the thing he needs to, when you tell him definitively, no, and I'm gone, bye, I'm sorry, you've pressured me too much, and all of this stuff. If you do that, it's going to wake him up like a fucking motherfucker. It's going to be like a fucking freight train. And he's going to start wanting to do better. Oh, that man's stubborn. You think you're stubborn? Jesus Christ. I think her significant other has a leg up on you for stubbornness.
Not possible. Either that or he's a Taurus.
He's a Taurus or something like that. So, M. Moreno, one, are you still here? Okay, good. You're a first-time chatter, right? So if you need me to explain things to you, please let me know. You need me to explain. If I don't need to explain, throw me your numbers and question of the day, and or if you want a general reading or what. So, yeah. You know what you need to do? When you do leave them, put a big-ass mirror in front of them and say, here you go, you can love this now. Bye. That's who you love. Okay, he's a Gemini. Okay, so 3 is your shuffle amount. What is your 1 through 52 number? And do you have a question? So whenever you're ready. Take my hand. Give me a second. I got to give my wife some really deep, powerful energy right now. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the ocean waves washing over you. Feeling yourself being weightless, without pain, because your body floats in the ocean. Okay, do I need to call an ambulance? Or is this just a bad stomach cramp? Give me a second, guys. I have to make sure my wife's okay first real quick. Beth? You okay?
I think so.
Okay. Let me know if it gets worse and if you want to go do something about it, okay?
I put in a message to Dr. McLean.
Okay, good. Then I'm not worried about it then. All right. Thank you for your patience, Mortal. I just wanted to make sure my wife's going through some stomach cramp issues stuff. And I think she's going to go lay back down, right?
No, I'm going to try some moo.
Okay. She's going to try some moo. That usually helps solve a lot of things. Okay, so let me read your question. Please can I ask about career? Will I graduate on the year in the middle of 2025? I would like to know about opportunities, any additional internship in my area. I intend to do medical residency or whatever you want to say. Okay, so at least I understand what your career path and what you want to know is. So let me do your cleansing shuffle first, because I always do a cleansing shuffle before I do anybody's reading. And I do that for a very specific reason. I let my cards tell me when they're ready for you. And I keep shuffling until they say we're ready. And then I do your official shuffles. Yeah. What are we telling me? Yep. Okay, they're ready. So here are your 3 official shuffles. 1, 2. Okay, this is too many cards. When it has to be under 6 cards to not be a God card. So, and that's only a 2, and I have to reshuffle the 2 because the cards came out like that. So, 2. Yep, I knew you were getting them. And 3. So you got 2 God cards today, and here is your 28th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 28th card is now on top. Get my coffee out of the way here. And about the old graduating and career path and all of this stuff, right? Okay. So let's get to the nitty gritty of it. And it's good that you have this drive. I believe as long as, here's what you need to understand here. And I know you've kind of been doing this anyway, but I want to kind of reiterate that I feel like this is what's happening to you. You've been on the long marathon walk for a while. You've been waiting for this moment for quite a long time. The year 2025 is important to you because it's your first destiny line crosser. It's when you start to walk into that destiny field that you were sent here to do, kind of a deal. What you're being asked to do now is to drop off the baggage of the old life that used to vex you, that used to get to you, that you have left a lot of the junk behind, but there may be a couple things left in the trunk you have to let out of that stupid thing you have there. But now it's time to take your own 2 hands by your own 2 wheel and drive where you want yourself to go. Put the pedal to the metal if you want, and pay attention to the signposts that tell you where to get on, where to get off, how fast to go, how slow to go. You know the rules of the road, just like most of us do. If you're not a driver and you don't understand the analogy, then go drive with someone and understand the analogy. Because you can bring anybody you want with you in this car. You can bring your best friend, your soulmate, your person of interest, whatever the case might be. But as long as they're going to add to the journey, as long as they're not going to be another thing you're taking and tagging along on the ride. Okay, so leave the bullshit behind and start to get and say, I am graduating in the middle of 2025. Not a will I am graduating in the middle of the year 2025. And that's what you need to say. That's how you drive yourself forward. That's how you give yourself that finish line, that mid 2025, wherever that might be this time next year. I know I'm going to get there. I'm going to do whatever it takes to follow the right roads, be the right kind of driver I need in my life. But you need to start to look at your world in a new, different way, too. Because this is what you're going on in the present. You got my mirror card. We spend so much time looking into the abyss of the unknown and wondering what is coming for us. And these internships and this medical residency that you say you want to do, right? You have to understand that the universe is getting you ready for that. Getting you ready, because I know you're a caregiver. I know you're a person of service. This is something that's always been within you because of an event in your childhood. That is why you wanted to become a medical person. I don't know if you lost a mom or a dad or a brother or a sister, but some relatively died from something that kind of made you want to become this, so that you could help heal the sick. So you didn't have to watch your family or your friends go through the bullshit because you've seen them go through way too many bad doctors. Something like that is what I'm feeling. And that's the abyss I'm talking about. That expectation that we have to look at the mirror in a new, different way. We have to realize it's movable. We can move this mirror out of the way, because what happens when you look into a mirror there, Immortal? You see what's behind you, right? So if I'm looking towards the dark, what's behind me? The darkness. If the darkness is behind me, what the fuck is in front of you? What the fuck is in front of you? Move the damn mirror. Right to left, left to right, or smash the fucking mirror. It's not 7 years bad luck. It's 7 years of bliss, because you finally broke free of the image you were showing yourself this whole time. So, remind yourself that the things that are coming for you will be by your design, because you drove to those locations, because you fought for that, because you wanted to become something, because this is more important than you, because you're not doing this for you. Part of it is, but not all of it, is for you. You know that in order to be a true giver, you must understand death to give life. In order to be a healer, you must first understand life and death. That it's going to happen. That there are going to be times you cannot save everybody. That there are going to be times when you have to give someone the news they never wanted to hear. And there'll be a lot of times, more than often, you'll give them the news they wish they could hear. But what are you making in your future? You say you want these internships. Are you looking and actively looking for internships? Are you looking for your opportunity at your local hospital, your local clinic, your local not back alley, but for people who are poor and stuff like that, kind of shelter kind of work? Are you looking for prison work? There are a lot of people that you could heal in this world, but what are you making? All of this stuff has been to temper you. And when we are tempering something, when we take something out of a forge, we have to hit that metal. And now the universe is saying, okay, we see you. We see that you need some tools to help you become what you want to become. So let's get the tools ready we need to do that. What tools can we use right now that are available to us? Do you need a sword to cut through the bullshit? Do you need a shield to defend you from the people who are throwing the tomatoes your way? Do you need a cup that gets you to understand you must empty the ugly shit to fill the good shit? Are you one who needs to take control of the ebbs and flows of their life and start to fan the fire that they want to feed for a change instead of the fire that feeds that makes them? You take control of the ebbs and flows of your life because you control the fire. And the only thing you have to do to become everything you ever wanted to be was believe it. The sleek card is all about that bubble of love and trust we walk in. The sleek card is all about you saying, the universe is throwing the bullshit at me, but I'm going to walk in this confidence, this idea that I will do these things, that I am making this happen, that I am writing this destiny into the sands of time, because they gave me the pen, they gave me the paper, they gave me the words, and they gave me the right to sign that dotted line. So I have to walk in that love, walk in that trust, 100%, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and then you have to rest as equally hard as you give. To be a caregiver, you must learn to give and take. So understand how to take when you need it for yourself as well. And that's what the sleek card is about. Understanding what your protection bubble is. And you're not trying to protect yourself from harm. You're trying to protect yourself from that which you aren't ready to go through yet. You're only protecting yourself from that which you aren't ready. We only get what we can handle. So, there you go. You just have to walk around in that shield that says to the universe, you aren't going to be able to pop my bubble. I'm going to be able to walk all the way down to graduation, and I'm going to have an internship lined up before I graduate and a job waiting at that. It's that simple. And for your information, I see this all really happening as long as you get back to studying a little bit more and stop playing so many games. I don't know if you're playing video game or board game or RPGing or something like that, but you're giving a little bit more energy to other things than study right now. And I think you have a little bit to learn yet yourself about the give and take and the life and death of it all. And I understand that's why we are going through this and learning this now and going through the classes and understanding what the teachers and everyone are telling us. Right? Yeah, you understand. God card time. As I like to say, first time chatter. Warning, danger Will Robinson, danger Will Robinson. These might kick your spiritual ass and send you all the way back to a beginning you don't want to be at. But they will answer a question you've been trying to ask them lately. And they will give you the definitive answer so you don't have to go, what were they talking about? So they came to give you a definitive answer on that question. Would you like to see your God cards today? Because you're a first time chatter, I ask you this only once. The next time you come in, you just get to see them. But I always try to do it for the first time in. And I didn't ask you the last time there. And that was my bad there, Miss Divine Reaper. I should have asked. Okay. I kind of thought you said, yeah. Yet again, what do we need to do right now, Immortal? You are a giving person, but what's the one thing you have yet to learn? How to donate back to yourself so that you have the reserves you need. Because we're talking 24-hour shifts, 8 to 12, 10 hours a day, night and day, weeks on end without a break. Kind of doing stuff. Maybe it's strength training. Maybe it's giving back to yourself that day where you know all of the stuff that you need to be giving back to yourself. It's time to donate what you need in this box, not what you want. I know. What's the difference between a need and a want? I want a sugar cookie. I need my wife. Okay? I think you get that. So just be better at donating back to self. That way you have the reserves you need to go forward. And don't be such a stubborn person about it. You can't navigate around every problem or worry. I just got done talking about this card, so unless you weren't listening, my wife's card is all about overcoming those obstacles, not by swimming around them, but swimming through those obstacles. There are going to be times you're going to have to swim through the obstacles and not around them a lot. You're not going to be always able to skirt the issue of something, especially as a medical professional. But you have to find the joy in that. You have to find the life in that, to give that life back to those people, because we want to give that life back to people. I come in for a tummy that's hurting today, and I want to make sure my tummy ache goes away. I'm in pain. I don't want to be in this pain. I've been in this pain for a while. Maybe there's something more wrong with me. Sometimes we say, hey, you know what? You need to go take some antacids. Sometimes we say, we're running you into surgery because something's really, really wrong here. You know what I'm saying? So it's finding the joy in every day and knowing when to come up for that air and come and express joy into your life, because you're going to be around a lot of life-death situations. So be comfortable in that before you go into it. I think if you do that, donating back to yourself more and understanding what it means to take as well as give. So you have to learn the take part and not being so stubborn about your path and trying to swim around and skirt around it, but knowing what you have to go through in order to learn what you need to learn and get what you want to get. And I am seeing everything you want to happen within that time frame. And I'm seeing that there will be there's going to be a program coming up in about 3 months on the internship program. And if you put in an early application to this program and make sure your thesis is ready, all of the pertinent classes are caught up on, and I think there are 1 or 2 classes that you have to catch up on too as well. As long as you can get that resume looking right, get that thesis and stuff ready so that you can express why you need to be this intern. If you can do that the right way, that sets you up for every other thing you want. And it's about a 3 to 4 month time frame. There'll be some kind of a program in your school or something going on in your community where they're looking for more doctors or nurses for some reason, and you'll be trained enough, to go help there. So just keep an eye out for that opportunity. It is coming for you. Just kind of look out for it. And it may be what I consider a class and what you consider a class may be 2 different things. Okay, but it's definitely where a group of people are getting together to listen to someone talk and learn something. That's all I'm seeing. And it's not a job fair or something like that or all of that stuff. I know you can do it. I know you can, and I want to thank you. on behalf of every nasty, evil patient you will ever get in your life, and thank you for everything you will ever do for anyone of care, because you will hear both. Hopefully, you get the nice patients like me who say thank you, not get out of my room. Okay? But you are going to get a fair amount of grumpy people. I see you becoming a very successful doctor because of how important this is to you. It's not just for you, you know, and that's what makes it even more of a definitive message, you know. Hey, I would love to know. Please let me know if that happens. My predictions aren't always right. I have to tell you, I'm about 75% accurate most of the time. You can ask everybody else in chat how well I do for people, and you can get their opinion on it. I don't try to put my opinions on other people, but I hope it was very, very, very good for you today. I hope I helped you in some way, shape, or form. Remember, guys, I put the future in your own hands so that you can live every day as if it was your best day ever and get the goals and dreams you want, because that's what we're here to do. Experience every last bit of it, the good, the bad, the uglies, everything in between. That's why we're here. That's why we come here, because Spirit doesn't know that. So we come here to understand what it's like to be informed in this world. You know what I'm saying? So, EP boy, welcome back to the queue. And I'm going to ask you for your official question of the day. Oh, yeah. I don't know how I know it either. How it works for me is I see a movie playing in my head and I hear like an inner voice kind of a thing, but most of it just is like from source to you. You know, it's like there's not even a radio involved here. I'm walking straight through. I'm walking straight up to God and giving a big old hug. Okay. Numbers, please. Oh. I'm going to do your cleansing shuffle. I'm going to give you a really good cleansing shuffle. I'm not pussyfooting this around. Okay, guys, we need to do this for EP boy. We need to give him his definitive answer today. Oh, you're already talking to me, I see. Well, are you ready for this EP boy's question yet? Are you? Are you ready? Are you ready? Getting excited? Yeah, you're getting excited, aren't you? Oh, they're excited. They're ready. 4 and 16. And this will be my last reading of the day. Because you're going to need to talk after this. Here are your first official 4 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 16th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and the 16th card is on top. And here is your definitive answer for this. Ooh. Oh, I see why you did that. Okay. And then you have a 3 God card message as well, EP. Just put my cards away so that I can get the last of them all ready to rock and roll for you. And here's what you need to know about your question of the day. How will things go once you go back? I want to point out the fact that today has been an extremely good day, and that this reading, it goes for a lot of you. I'm just, give me a second, I'm getting a message here, so I'm So, how will things go once you go back? As long as you can see the positive side of things, things will start to go well. But you have to shine the light onto the valley you want to grow. If you're growing in a low valley, you have to wait for the sun to be high in the sky in order for those plants to get fed that energy it needs. It has to scoop up that energy and scoop it up only when it's available to them. So know that you have to have that going into this, that positive attitude going into this next thing you want to do. Okay? And if you can do that and walk away from the ugly past and walk into what you consider to be a happy, beautiful, wonderful experience that you want to be on, once you accept that, all they're going to make you do is one little thing. How things will go once you get back, they're going to give you everything you need. Your gods, whatever God you believe in, has your back. They are giving you, your prayer is being answered in the most physical, mental, and spiritual way, EP boy. They will guide you on the right path, but they're asking you to be the wielder of the magic here, or the prayer, and they're going to put it in your hands so that you can do it. They may show you the signs, but you have to pay attention to when they're there and listen to that inner voice inside. When it tells you to trust it, you need to trust it. When it tells you not to trust it, don't trust it. Really learn to trust yourself and your decisions and walk in the happy doing that. Then, once you get back, get around a more community-based bunch of people. People you can be around who have the same kind of beliefs, same kind of things. The people you'd want to bring on a camping trip in the middle of the forest somewhere where you don't know if you'll ever come back, kind of a deal. Okay? Those people, the people who you want to help you survive the, not the horrible thing in the forest, but the beautiful thing in the forest. When you're all just camping around, toasting marshmallows, drinking a beer, bullshitting about life. You know what I'm talking about? It's time to get back around your community, whatever that community looks like to you. Being in that community will help drive you forward, and it will be where you find all of your opportunities. That's where the fire will be lit in your life. Things will go well because you will finally have that I am home feeling inside. You know the feeling, right? When you get off of work and you're walking through that door, you strip off all the clothes, you take off whatever obstacles are in your way, you go to the fridge, you drink yourself a nice cold soda or a nice cold glass of water, or whatever your case may be. You eat the meal you've been waiting to have, you get into that chair or that couchy and you go, oh God, I'm home, thank God. And it's that feeling of relief, of safety, that feeling that you are in a place where you are the master of your domain. The home card is all about feeling that within yourself. And to get the home card as your destiny card, how things will go once back, you will finally find a way to find a home within all of this. And it will finally be everything you want it to be. But you got to believe in it. That's the catch. And that's all you have to do. To stay positive, to trust in your higher power. They're leading you the right way. You will utilize what they give you to make the future you want happen. They want you to get around more people who will share the same kind of beliefs and thinking so that you can have someone to bounce ideas off of and get opportunities and other things that you need to get in your life. This is where we're going to find the answers so that we can finally find this home feeling we've been waiting to have. I think that definitively answers the question. Do I need to say any more with that there, EP boy? I mean, I think that's pretty definitive of how it will go. Let's see what your God cards have to tell you. Got to put these back in the bag. And then I got to start looking for someone to go raid to. Yep. All right, EP. I know this question was coming, but here's a very real physical, mental, and spiritual answer for you. I stream Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. Central Time to 12 p.m. Central Time most days. Sometimes my body hurts, so I don't go all the way to 12, but I try to be here from 9 until 11 at least. 12 is usually a late for me. I'm actually kind of proud of myself I went, but I started late today because of issues with my computer, so I had to wait for that to happen. So that's how often I stream. And I do have my schedule on my page there. You can check down in the little page. It just shows you my schedule and when I'm on and when I'm not on. But that's how often I stream. Usually every day except the weekends. Yeah. And if you follow me on Discord, you'll know every time I go live. So here we go with the answer that EP Boy needs to hear, though, from their God. Okay? And I don't think this has anything to do with your last answer. I think this is more of a life lesson for you that they want you to understand what they want you to do now. Okay? And thank you for that, Demi. He is one of the people that I counsel on the side. I'm not a professional counselor, but I'm a professional mentor, and I try to help people as much as I can. And Demi can attest to how much I care for people out there. So, but here's what you need to hear, and I just want to make sure you're ready for this one, EP Boy, because it's an important message for you. Really, really, really important. So I'm just, okay, good. Just want to make sure we're here because I didn't see you say something for a while. It is time to take your leap of faith. We have provided you with the golden parachute, the safety team, the bat suit, the soft landing. We still need you to jump. Trust us. When you get down there, let's start to plant something that we actually want to grow within our lives. That physical thing we need to do good for ourselves, that mental good thing we need to start doing for ourselves, and that spiritual good thing we need to start doing for ourselves. And maybe we need to watch those grow and take care of them so that they will become a beautiful garden someday. You don't need a plan. You don't need time. You don't need anything. All you need to do is get on the wandering path or the lazy river in the inner tube and let the river flow you down to the place where it's time to get off. It's a nice, leisurely, lazy ride. You get a couple of bumps, but they're fun ones, and you stay on the inner tube the whole time. But you have to worry about the plan anymore. You don't have to worry about how long it's going to take, which direction it's going in, how and what and where's of it all. We got you. I don't know what else I could have fucking said. This is why I'm an in-your-face, blunt tarot reader, and I pride myself on that. Hey, you know what, Kuma? It's okay. For you, I will let you join. For you, because you came back and you know what, you had to get going. You don't get it? Okay. You don't get it. I like trust things. Like trust things. Yeah, trust things. First, trust the universe that they got your back. Make your flying leap and trust in yourself that you are making the right choice. Jump off that cliff knowing you don't have anything to worry about. You're going to land safely. Once you get down to the ground, all I'm asking you to do is plant what seeds you want in your life. There's got to be something physically good you could be doing for yourself. There's got to be one more mental thing you could do good for yourself. And there's definitely something spiritually you could be doing good for yourself. Then it gave you the Wandering Path card, which said, hey, once you've planted, allow the rain and the sun to do its work while you take the nice leisurely slow ride down the river until we're ready to take you off the ride. Is that any more clearer to you? So you don't, I'm honestly asking, Kuma, do you need a reading? Because I will give you a reading if you need it. And The queue is still open. I just closed it a second ago, so I don't mind another reading. I've got 15 more minutes before I'm supposed to end anyway. So if you want it, you got to say it now. Otherwise, I am closing the queue, and I'm done. I'm going to go get some self-care myself and make sure my wife's okay. You're welcome, EP boy. So, Kuma, this is your last chance. Going once. Going twice. Third time's the charm. This is for all the cookies and milk. Closing the queue in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Next day. All right, guys. We are going to start to search for our raid for today. And you know we always try to go show everybody out there how much we love them. We try to go search for one of our friends. Oops, I got to turn down the volume here. Because I got to go see who's out on Twitch right now that I can even go say hi to. And if I can find someone who's a reader, I'll usually send you to a tarot reader if I can. But if I can't find a decent tarot reader, I will send you to someone who's equally as cool. Since my friend isn't... yep, I already know who I'm sending you to. Don't even have to question it. I'm going to take you to Guidance. One of the most talented fucking readers, male readers I have ever met in my life. I think he's better than me sometimes. So, you know what? Go give Guidance freaking like, subscribe, whatever the case may be for you, a follow at least. Go give him 5 to 10 minutes of your time. That's all I can ever ask for you. If he's not your kind of bag, he will give you the guidance that you need today, guys. So go follow Guidance, which will probably pipe up the same message there, and that's who we're gonna go raid today, guys. So he's one of my standby people I raid whenever I see him on. That's who I go do. So I'm going to go take care of that real quick. So I'm going to play some nice, wonderful music on the way out. And I hope you all have a blessed, brilliant, beautiful day. I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. I'm here. So if you ever need me on a different part, a different view, don't be afraid to whisper, email, bat signal me, whatever the case may be, okay? So I leave you with my new song, The Witch's Tower, which you won't hear all the way through, but you'll hear it. So here we go, on the way out.
Embracing the unknown, the great fears. Magic and freedom in my heart. With the ethereal flame, I make my art a journey song, a journey of through the sun. Long last led me to the truth. The world amassed the unknown prophet. I am now revealed in perfect love and trust. My purpose is rich and praise. We dance in the fire. Together we rise higher and higher. Service to the Lord and Lady Divine. We embrace our power. Together we unite. We embrace our power. Together we shine. In the heart